Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Experts Talk. Today, myself and Ilkan are going to be discussing a scenario where an investor comes in. He or she asks you for the assistance of your expertise to help them understand what are the differences between going into a project that is just being launched now, 2 or 3 years away from being handed over, versus a project that is about to get ready soon, will be handed over in 2 or 3 months. Keep in mind, this purchase is for the sake of an investment.
Investments only, okay. So the person's looking for a return on their investments
Right.
through rentals or whatever, okay. I actually do really love this question. It's really close to my heart because I can actually bring in my background of financial planning into this because I'm a banker by profession before I came into real estate. So to have that opportunity to mix and match between both worlds, I find it very exciting. Now, I can apply it particularly so when it comes to these sort of individuals who are looking purely to rent out their property, sinking their money into an asset, and just either watch it grow or watch the money, flow in on a yearly basis.
Right.
So when we talk about projects that are either about to be ready, okay, within 2-3 months, or something that is literally just launched and years away, maybe 2-3 years away, there is a very big difference, but you cannot take anything away from either option because they're both good. They're both good options. Now, I think the biggest difference here is it boils down to the individual, which is where you need to sit down with an expert and actually do a number crunch. Because if you have, liquidable capital that you're willing to invest, you can put it into a project that's about to be ready. Because at that point, you can get that kind of rental cash flow sooner.
Right.
As opposed to something that will take 2-3 years, you take on a liability for that long, and you're not really generating any money. Your money basically is in a dormant state where you can't do anything with it. Right? But if you do not have that liquidable capital, you can opt for option number 2, which is something that has just launched. You do have an advantage here as well because the product has just launched. It's at its lowest price point at that point, and the potential for capital appreciation is significantly higher. Right? Because if it is a very appealing project, if it is something unique and people will want after the project delivers, you do have much more potential to have that and watch that grow.
Right. So mainly it's the liquidity of your cash flow, really. That sets the decision on what to go for. Something that's going to be ready now or something that's going to be ready in a couple of years. Is there anything that you would suggest, like in general, your clients from your experience, did they, is there like an example that you could share with us where somebody went in for an immediate return on investment with a ready project and was more pleased and happy with the decision rather than going to something that has just been launched? Has this ever happened with any of your clients?
Many times, and I think a lot of brokers in the market will be very obsessed with me with what I'm about to say. Because everyone wants to do business, right? But I do hold a very high level of integrity when it comes to this because of my financial planning background. For me, when I speak about investors particularly, I'd rather have them go for option number 1, okay? Option number 1 being something that is about to be delivered, okay? In order to do that, you need that liquidable capital. If you don't have it, stop. Go get some savings first and then opt for that option, okay? Although you are paying a little bit of a premium due to the developer, okay, most of the time, you are still getting a better option. Let's say there's a 25-75 payment plan breakdown. So 25% is your down payments, 75% is what you'll pay over the course of 3 or 5 years or however long. Now, a lot of people don't understand one very simple thing. If you go through a mortgage, you're taking on the liability of interest yearly,
of course,
right? So it's better to go on that payment plan where you're not touching that. Okay, now in that regard, you pay 25%. Okay, let's hypothetically say that the project is giving you a 5% return on your investment. Just a number out of your head. So you've only injected a quarter of the capital, right? Before you need to pay off that 75% over X amount of years. That means your first year of your returns will not be 5%, will it?
It'll be more, actually.
It'll be quadruple plus. It'll be 4 times more because you've only injected 25% of your capital in.
Exactly.
Right? So your 5% in year number 1 is all of a sudden 20. Right? So it makes a huge difference. Year number 2, again, depending on the longevity of your payment plan, it will be, again, not 5, it'll be something around, maybe in the 10 to 12 mark. or no, sorry, it'll be more in like the 12 to 15 mark, right? Year 3 again, until you find that balance eventually where it sits not at 5 still, because you've made that much extra. It sits somewhere along, the 6 to 8% ROI range. That's the benefit you have when it comes to off-plan properties on payment plans, because they are interest-free, right? But as a financial planner and as a property expert, if you're looking for a return on your investment as purely investment, have that liquidable capital. If you do not, my advice, start doing some savings, right? Once you've got that capital, look at this option, right?
Amazing. I think you already convinced me, Ilkan. If you have more questions in regards to this subject, send us a direct message, myself and Ilkan. I think Ilkan would be able to assist more in this regards when it comes to this one. Until then, we'll see you in another episode. Goodbye.